Shanapatoa, the water from the air is cold. It's huge.
Is that what makes the plane every single day?
It's the air.
To drive straight up towards the pool. I'm like, it's at the top of the highway, John. That's supposed to be the plane.
Yeehaw! We are out here near the KMC, which is that way. We took the trail down. We're looking out over the collapsed area. You can see the sulfur banks, southern sulfur banks. So a lot of really good vantages from this side. We're gonna turn it around, let you guys look at it for a little bit. Alrighty. So we'll give you a real nice look at the whole crater here. There's Hawaii. You can see right over here. This is the lava flow that came out in the 70s from the fissures over here on the other side and made this big pad along this side. This pad, I believe, is originally like 1924 or something like that. Is that when that was? 1924, this pad? 1920s?
1920s.
1920s.
The oldest, still here. Oh, it's still there. The oldest lava on this, in this Kilauea caldera floor is 1880 out there on the flats, that little Pata'a. That's the last remnant of the 1800s.
I believe you'd be talking about that right there. Just past the little silver one?
Yeah. Just past that, see that steam?
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Just left is that black.
Right.
I believe it was 1880.
Okay. So that said, I'll get some stabilization here on this little post. We can start showing you guys a little bit closer. First, there's the Jagger Museum. You can see it up on the cliff. And then as we start going in, this little section that you guys see right here, sorry, not trying to mess up the camera, but that little cliff, it's like halfway down, that is the original floor of Halima'uma'u. Then if you look over here, you guys see this little section right here, and that is another part of the floor of Halima'uma'u that sank from up where the original one was down to there in the last few months. Starting to see lots of the sulfur coming out. That's the
Hydrogen sulfide.
sulfide.
Hydrogen sulfide.
Hydrogen sulfide and lots of steam. The lava tube on the other side is kind of hard to hear, or sorry, I am hard to hear. Okay, I will speak up. The lava tube on the other side is hard to see from here. That's the section that has the piece of road on it that everybody keeps taking pictures of and filming and stuff. And here is the southern sulfur banks. From our vantage point, we cannot see the bottom. There is no vantage point at this point where you can see the bottom. There are probably a few places in the park that would be possible, but it's going to be up to the Park Service to determine if they're safe and open those areas. I say, go for it. But I'm just one person. Right over here, this is pretty cool. If you guys look at the side of the cliff, you can see in the middle of this kind of triangle-shaped collapse, there's like a little more red in color rock. That's all older collapses, but all the darker color right there, that's all new collapses that have happened from all the earthquakes. So yeah, this is what do you call the point, the highest point up there?
Uwe Kahuna.
Uwe Kahuna. Absolutely very, very special place.
Highest point.
The highest point on the rim. Its significance is
Used to be, there's thought to be a temple up there in the old days, pre-white man days coming to Hawaii. It's kind of a place, Wahine Kapu, but Uwe Kahuna Bluff is the highest point of Kilauea volcano.
So they would have definitely traditionally spent some serious time up there, and you know, it's also a really good vantage point of the crater, and so that's probably why the Jagger Museum was built up there. But at this point, Jagger Museum is probably condemned and closed forever. And we are more than likely never going to have a viewing place up there anymore. I hear that they're not too far from being able to open up Kilauea, which is just like right here, a little farther. I hear that the road is the major issue to get people to there. But yeah, guys, it was raining a little while ago. Now we're getting some parting of the clouds. Man. Yeah. Exactly. The water's coming out, and you can see this dark water cloud being formed from it and kind of moving away with the wind. You can see right here where it's literally turning from the steam coming out of the caldera into this cloud. If you come in the morning, you can actually see the cloud forming, and then this massive like water cloud that it created above. I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me. I can just say I will try my best, but it's windy out here and there's people everywhere. I'm not trying to really disturb everybody's day, so enjoy the sights. Okay. If we look this way, you can see Pu'upuai, Kilauea Hiki. Right there, you can see a little bit of the collapse, like right where the volcano house is. Right. Over there is Keonekakoi. That's where we were giving you the view from yesterday. There is no lava in that crater. The crater goes, what, 1,900 feet down now? Yeah.
1,400 feet.
1,400 feet to the bottom of Halima'uma'u now.
14 to 1,600. It's 200 feet above the waterlands.
Yeah, they believe it's about 200 feet above the waterlands, and there is no lava down there. Just steam and gas. But if history repeats itself, I'm sure at some point it'll come back.
I swear there's people down there. See the white box? Back of that steam. I swear there's people moving. It's coming to them.
So this is kind of what this lookout area looks like, guys. You can take the trail. There's a lot of little vantage points, but as you walk up, this is kind of what you see. This is probably the highest and most impressive view that you're going to get of this at this point. I would say over here by Keonekakoi is possibly equally good because it's closer and it's at floor level, so it feels kind of more impressive when you look from this side over to this side up where the Jagger Museum is. Boy, it seems tall. It seems very massive from that side. We've heard that somewhere on the ledge over here there's a really nice safe spot, and the people at the park have been looking at it, and very soon, if everything goes well, they'll maybe be opening up another viewing spot, which would give you a little bit more of a vantage point into the deeper part of the caldera. Probably not all the way, but enough. Yes, this is shockingly different. You can see that there are big stress fractures on the floor of the caldera down there. Okay, those are probably this side. You can see way out there, there's the remainders of some of the stress fractures, and you can see how this area right here slumped in, and then it kind of bowled back out like this to here. And then where Halima'uma'u was over here, it just sunk way down into the ground. So it's a heck of a view out here right now. We were just looking through some old videos, and we actually have a time lapse from this exact location of the crater probably 2 years ago. And so in a few minutes here, I'm going to throw together a little time lapse of today, and we're gonna throw the two together and we're gonna put them online so that everybody can see the real difference. Because when you put them side by side, holy Lord, it's good. Aloha there, brother Chris. Nice to see you online, checking out the park from good old California. Come on back. Yes, it's absolutely beautiful out here. It was raining just a little bit ago. Now we're starting to get these nice patches of blue sky. But, you know, up here in the park, especially as the day goes on, the weather does change. So we recommend you get in the park as early as possible and enjoy the morning. If you're not going to do that, I can't really guarantee what's going to happen with the weather, but the park is massive. It's literally over 505 square miles. So you guys have a lot of adventuring and exploring to do if you're coming here. You are on the island or know someone that's coming and they want a much more interesting and in-depth idea of what's going on in this park, you have them give us a call, and myself and Mr. Judd will take them through the park and give them something to remember. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. I'm gonna get that time-lapse video together for everybody, so make sure to tune back in. We love being back in the park. Feels really good nowadays. Thank you guys for being here. My name's John. This is Epic Lava. Aloha and a hui ho.
Oh, I could launch my drone from here and
Go take a look.